Welcome to Funimation 3D, kids and family cartoon, where legends come alive in dazzling colors and magical 3D worlds. Today, we bring you a touching Vietnamese legend that celebrates love, loyalty, and kindness. The story of Chim O Thuk, the Magpie Bridge Bird, who helps lovers reunite under the moonlit sky once each year. Long, long ago, in the land between heaven and earth, the skies were bright and endless. Among the stars lived Ngu Lang, the kind and hard-working cowherd who tended the Jade Emperor's celestial cattle. Every day, he sang to the clouds and guided the gentle beasts across the silver river of the sky, known today as the Milky Way. His heart was humble and pure, yet sometimes he gazed across the great river, wondering if anyone else in the heavens ever felt the same loneliness he did. One day, while resting by the river, Ngu Lang saw a group of fairies descending from the clouds. They laughed and danced on the riverbank, their silk robes glimmering like starlight. Among them was Chuk Nu, the weaver fairy, daughter of the Jade Emperor. Her hands wove the clouds into rainbows and the evening stars into shimmering tapestries. Her beauty was soft as moonlight, and her smile gentle as spring rain. The moment Ngu Lang saw her, time seemed to stop. And when Chuk Nu met his eyes, her heart stirred with warmth she had never known. Every day after, they met by the silver river. Ngu Lang told stories about his cows and the wind, while Chuk Nu showed him how she spun silk from moonbeams. Before long, their hearts were bound together like threads of gold and silver. When the Jade Emperor discovered their love, he was furious. "A fairy of heaven cannot love a mortal!" he thundered. But Chuk Nu pleaded with her father, tears falling like stars. "Father, please, let me stay with him. He is kind, gentle, and true." The Jade Emperor shook his head. "Love between heaven and earth breaks the balance. Because of your neglect, the heavens have lost their rhythm. Clouds drift without form, and stars dim." With a wave of his hand, he created a vast river of stars, the Ngan Ha, the Milky Way, and separated the two lovers forever. Ngu Lang stood on one side, calling out her name. Chuk Nu cried from the other, her tears forming tiny drops of starlight that fell to the earth. Days turned into weeks, weeks into years, yet they could never meet again. The sky grew quiet. Even the stars seemed to dim, as if mourning their love. Down below on earth, all living creatures felt their sorrow. The flowers wilted early, rivers ran slower, and birds stopped singing. Among them, the magpies, bright and cheerful birds of the forest, gathered to discuss what could be done. "This sadness in the sky breaks our hearts," said the eldest magpie. "If only we could help them meet once more," a young magpie chirped. "But the silver river is wide and endless. No bird can fly across it." The elder bird looked at the others with wise eyes. "Perhaps no single bird can, but if we fly together, wing to wing, we might form a bridge strong enough for love to cross." And so, on the 7th night of the 7th lunar month, when the moon shone full and bright, thousands of magpies took to the sky. Their wings sparkled under the starlight as they flew higher and higher, calling to one another, "For love, for kindness, for reunion!" The Jade Emperor looked down from his palace, ready to stop them. But when he saw the magpies' courage and unity, even his mighty heart softened. He allowed them to continue. The birds spread their wings wide across the river of stars, forming a living bridge. From afar, Ngu Lang saw the glowing bridge and cried out in joy. "Chuk Nu!" he shouted. Across the shining span, she appeared, her eyes glistening with tears and hope. They ran toward each other and embraced in the middle of the bridge as the magpies sang and the stars danced around them. For one night, heaven and earth were united. The rivers on earth glimmered with reflections of the lovers, and people gazed up at the sky, whispering wishes of love and loyalty. Even the Jade Emperor, seeing their happiness, finally spoke softly. "True love cannot be destroyed, only tested. From now on, once every year, on this very night, the magpies shall build their bridge so that you may meet again." Ngu Lang and Chuk Nu bowed their heads in gratitude, tears of joy falling into the Milky Way and turning into shooting stars. The magpies, exhausted but proud, returned to the earth, knowing their wings had carried not just two lovers, but the hopes of all hearts that believe in love. Every year since that day, when the seventh night of the seventh lunar month arrives, the magpies rise to the heavens once again. Children across Vietnam look up at the stars and listen to their parents tell the story, how Chimo Thuk, the magpie, became the messenger of love. On that special night, if rain falls, people say they are the tears of Ngu Long and Chuk Nu, crying for joy as they meet once again. When the stars twinkle brightest, it means the magpies are flying together, forming the bridge of wings across the Milky Way. As centuries passed, the story of the Magpie Bridge became a symbol of hope and devotion. Lovers in Vietnam and across Asia celebrated the day as the Ngai Nu Long Chuk Nu, or the Festival of the Weaver and the Cowherd, a time to cherish those we love, to forgive, and to believe that even the heavens cannot separate two hearts meant to be together. And somewhere high above, in the sea of stars, the magpies still soar, their feathers glowing silver. Every flap of their wings whispers a promise that kindness and love can unite even the farthest worlds. As the story closes, the sky fills with magpies flying through soft moonlight. The silver river glows, and we see Ngu Lang and Chuk Nu meeting once more, surrounded by singing birds and sparkling stars. The camera pans down to the earth, where a little girl looks up at the sky with wonder, whispering to her grandmother, "Grandma, will the birds come again next year?" Sai. Her grandmother smiles. "Yes, child, as long as there is love in the world, the magpies will always come." The music swells. Gentle flutes and soft strings blend as the stars sparkle like diamonds. The story ends with a glowing heart shape in the sky, formed by flocks of magpies. And that is the legend of the Magpie Bridge Bird, a story that reminds us that no distance is too far, and no obstacle too great, for love that is true and kind. Thank you for watching Funimation 3D, Kids and Family Cartoon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to discover more magical legends, inspiring folktales, and heartwarming educational stories from around the world.